Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a good Christmas and a new year, and we're back for Kerbside Weekly. It's now the 2nd of January, and what a lovely day it is to start back. Absolutely tipping it down all day, but I've had a good rest. I feel re-energized. I've got a few injuries though. Just woke up one day and my neck and shoulder was all stiff. I was tidying up some oil drums and I've pulled one up awkwardly. I've just pulled a muscle down my side, so that's a good start. But it's all good. We got a nice easy day. There's another mobile mechanic. Oh no, he's not. Just on our way to fit a battery. I got this call, I think Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, Saturday evening. And I said, yeah, I'll come around tomorrow and fit it, not a problem, mate. Totally lost track of what days it was. So the next day would be Sunday, parts ain't going to be open. So I said, oh, that's fine, I'll come around Monday. Obviously Monday first is a bank holiday, no one's open. So he needs his car by I think 9 o'clock, so it's 8:30 now. So we're going to slap a battery on that, and then we've got some diag. Customer had waited for me since before Christmas for a sticking clutch pedal on his Audi TT maybe. So yeah, and then that's pretty much it. I'm trying to ease my way back into the year. You know, the engine's finally turned up from a different company for the Golf, so that speedy salvage engine never arrived. It's a Fugazi, whatever that Wolf of Wall Street quote is. Anyway, on to the first one, in the rain, but I'm smiling. Let's go. Right, well, that was a nice easy first job. Didn't even have to put a battery on it. Turns out he jump started his brother-in-law's car over the Christmas period, and it's a Peugeot 208, so the positive terminal has a little clamp, so you don't need a tool to take it off, and apparently he's just lifted that up to get the jump leads on, and it was a little bit loose. So yeah, tested the battery, alternator, that was all fine. So yeah, I think he was quite pleased. You know, he thought he was gonna have to have an expensive battery, and he said you know, I'm sure probably some other guys would have still charged him for a battery, so I just charged him for a call out. And then the thing is, he gave me a little tip. There's a couple of bottles of beer there, so that's good. And he also needs a service, so I've got another job out of that potentially. So yeah, good start to the year. On to the next one. Right, we are here with this Audi TT. Got the airbox out. Just got a little clamp on the slave cylinder. There's no leaks that I can see, and the pedal, let's get a bit of light, just goes straight to the floor. So I'll just thought I'd try that first. So it's not really building up any pressure. What I'm going to do now is bleed the clutch, see how it feels, and then clamp that off and see if we start losing pressure after that. Right, we've bled the clutch up, and you see we've now got the pedal returning. Whether or not that is just going to go again, because the fluid was quite dirty, I'm just going to keep trying it, maybe take it for a little test drive. Right, so that one's all done. I just bled the clutch up, like you see, and I had the pedal. I was a bit skeptical whether or not that would last, but me and the customer went for a nice long test drive, changed gears loads, and yeah, the pressure was there constantly, so it could have just been a bit of moisture in the system. Yeah, I mean, I'm still, you know, a little bit skeptical because, you know, it's normally it'd be a bit more spongy if it was just moisture, but I couldn't see any leaks. I clamped off the pipe going to the slave cylinder, so it could well be a faulty master cylinder, but again, normally you get leaks with those, and it was bone dry all around both the inside and the outside of that master cylinder. So customer's happy. Now we're on my way, so the phone hasn't stopped. It's like, yeah, it's just the phone's gone mental today, absolutely mental. So I've got a couple of batteries, or suspected batteries, to go and do now, and then I've also potentially got another battery to go do for an old customer of mine. He's pretty desperate, so we'll see how we get on. Hopefully the weather, I mean, the weather's not been too bad, to be fair. It has been raining, but it's I've not got soaked yet, so yeah, see you at the next one. Right, so I've just been and picked up a few batteries. The Golf I've just been to, that needed a new battery, so we're going to go back and fit that. And then we've got another potential battery on a van for a rental company. That might just need a jump start, I think they want, possibly. So yeah. And then a customer, like I said, he's called me up, he's desperate for a battery, but the battery for his car is like over 300 quid. So I just had to ring him and let him know. And obviously with my call out and fitting charge, but he's happy. You know, you buy an expensive car, you've got to expect expensive repair costs, I guess. It's just the way it is. So I'm quite pleased with how the day's turning out, even though the weather is, I mean, it's still chucking it down. I think it's going to be chucking it down all day, but I'd rather be fitting batteries in the rain than doing anything else. So yeah, I'll try and get some footage for you, but the customers have been there on pretty much every job, so yeah, it's not going to be too interesting of a start for Kerbside Weekly, but yeah, this is just what I get up to, so it is what it is. And I'm actually using a new camera, so just tell me, is this a better quality than all my previous videos? If you're a subscriber, you'll know what the quality is. Is this any better? So it's a DJI Action 4 I'm using. It's pretty much like a GoPro, but all the reviews say it was better, so yeah, we'll see. Right, another one bites the dust. Nothing to see there, quick battery change. Again, another service light on the dash, so I've got to quote that one up. Now on my way to another apparent flat battery. I'm always dubious, it could be something else. It could be starter motor, or it could be that the engine's turning over, but some people think that's the battery. So again, maybe see you there, maybe not. Maybe it'll just be me talking all day. Right guys, I don't know what to tell you. That was another battery call I've just finished. Didn't film it again, you know, it's nothing to see there really. So that would make it, I think, 5 flat battery jobs for the day. So it's actually turned out quite a good day. And I would take days like this, even in the rain, every day of the week. because it's nice, easy work, nothing too strenuous, make a few quid on top. So to a lot of cars, I either fit Bosch batteries or I've been fitting Starline batteries. Now these Starline batteries are only available to the trade, I believe, and I think the name Starline actually gets quite a lot of stick for being cheap or rubbish or, you know, poor quality, but I would have to agree with people on that, on anything suspension related, anything, you know, with bushes and things like that. I've found not to be the best. But to be honest, I've fitted loads of batteries, loads of starter motors, all Starline, and I haven't had a single problem with any of them. Because nowadays, Lucas used to be a good name within electronics, but their quality's gone really downhill. I've had loads of starter motors and alternators fail. So that's when I started trying another brand, and Starline have just been, they've just done the job. So until I start seeing them fail, I'll carry on fitting them. Right, anyway, before I came to do this battery, I went home because I've got a load of scrap brake discs on the drive. So I'm just on the way to see the wife at work, because she works for her dad and he runs a haulage business and does a bit of scrap on the side. Right guys, we're at this Audi A8 and I've just tested the battery, because he said there's a load of warning lights on, and you know, various faults and things are happening with it, and he's read on the forums that it could be a battery problem. But I've just tested it and it does come back saying it's a good battery and it's got a lot of charge. I've just brought you inside the van because it's so windy, so I'm going to get the computer. Right, we're inside now. It is so windy. There's on the way here, there was loads of trees just falling over in the road, all sorts, floods. I had to go a different way because the road was totally flooded. How nice it is in here. So just loading up the auto and I'll show you what we find. So at the minute we're only getting a few odd fault codes. So we're getting a lot of this function limitation due to implausible message. Now I've gone into the brakes and we've got function limitation due to receive malfunction value, but we've also got left rear ABS wheel speed sensor short circuit to ground. Now, so that's the only fault code that could cause some sort of upset with the whole system. You know, so if there's a wheel speed sensor out and the car doesn't, you know what speed that wheel's going or whatever, and it's sending a message back to the control units, it could confuse itself. So we're gonna have to take this for a little test drive, see if the wheel speed is picking up first and foremost, and go from there, I reckon. Because all I've done at the minute is just clear fault codes, which isn't a fix, and the alternator's fine, so I don't think it's going to be his battery. Right, so just driving this about and the wheel speed seems to be fine. I don't see a problem there. Just going to drive it around, see if there's anything that comes up that looks out of the ordinary. So it might not be that. Right, so we've decided to go ahead with the battery. The wheel speed sensors are all reading fine. I can't really fault it, and spoke to the customer because it's not a cheap battery by any means. So just wanted to see what he wanted to do, and for peace of mind, he wants a battery change, so that's what we're going to do. This is going to be a heavy old beast. Great for my back. So we've gone for a Varta battery, not a Bosch one, sorry, because that's what's come out, a Varta. Oh, my back. Let's get this gun pop. Oh, Jesus, sweat. Just make sure everything is nice and tight. Alright, spare wheel to go in. Bosch. And that is it. Bye. Right, we are back in the car now, which I'm glad about because it's getting very cold and windy. Well, it's already cold and windy, but the temperature's really dropped. So we are just going into the computer now just to code it. So the adaptation was successful. We're going to leave him the old battery and see how he gets on. Like I said, I test drove it and it wasn't doing any of the things he said it was doing. So he just wanted to be doing a bit of preventative maintenance. He's had this car 8 years and it's not had a battery. So yeah, he's happy to go ahead. And yeah, we'll see. We might be back on this one, you never know. But for now, it's all good. And that's me done for my first day back. Not much car content for you guys, so I'll try tomorrow. Well, tomorrow I'm back in the unit fitting the engine on this Golf, so you'll get plenty of videos out of that. Right, see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday. The whole new year's thrown me out. Just on the way to the unit. It's nearly 10 to 10. So my next door neighbour, he's got a Vauxhall Astra and the fans, the blower motor weren't working, so I just quickly had a look at that, which was just a sticking blower motor. It's only a couple of years old and it's already faulty. So yeah, just been to Euro Car Parts to pick up bits. I've got a new timing belt and a service kit just to go on this Golf. So yeah, we'll see. I've booked out today and tomorrow to get this engine done, so we'll see how much of it we can get done today, see how much filming I can do, and yeah, maybe we'll strip the engine down and see exactly what is gone wrong with this car. So all I know is it's got no compression. The engine spins over, so the timing belt's not gone. There was no fault codes in the system. There was only one for a fuel pressure fault, but I don't know if the REC had deleted a load when they recovered it. So even with a bit of easy start, it still didn't even want to know. So on a diesel, that's, you know, not good news. I did do a compression test and it was like 0. Right, here we are, we're at the unit. Got the Golf, battery's dying, but we've got to get it from there onto the ramp. So, and I've got no one here to help me today, so just gonna have to get on and push it myself. Right, that's it, in place. Got the van in. Looking good, got the engine over there. And I'm just gonna have to figure out the best way I'm gonna go about this. So obviously the whole front end's got to come off. And then I think we'll just separate the loom from the control unit and go from there, I think. Can you hear that? Thank God I'm not working outside today. Minging. Right, so need to get all my tools set up. So whenever I'm in here, I remember to take the locking wheel bolt key out before disconnecting the battery. So whenever I'm in here, I should get the keys for the toolbox. Right, take two. Got all my sockets on a tray, so they just come off. Straight out there. I've got all my brackets and extensions on there. That goes on there. And then anything else I'll need, I'll just come to the box and add it to the tray. I mean, probably pick up some bits and bobs just to get me going. Couple of picks. There we go. Right, let's get started. Right, this is where I'm at. So we've got the whole front end off, the whole rad pack. There was no AC gas in the system, so that was lucky. So that's off. Scuttle panel is off, so we just need to get to this ECU and these two security bolts. What we're probably going to do is cut a little line in them and then should be able to chisel them off. And then we'll take the loom out from here, put it on the engine, take a few of the fuel lines off, clutch line, a few bits underneath on the suspension, and then it should be ready to come out pretty much. I haven't had a proper look at the new engine yet, it's still in the cling film over there. But should all be good. Famous last words. Oil's drained out, coolant's drained out. Right, I thought I'd just check this new engine over, and these animals have just chopped up the loom, so I am gonna have to strip the old loom off, which is a bit of a pain. Would have been nice just to drop it all in. Hopefully there's nothing too much I'm going to have to remove to get all that loom in. Just more hours. Annoying. Right, so that's half the loom out, or most of the loom out. So it all sort of went up here and round the back here and off to alternator and a few plugs down here. All the fuel rail plugs and glow plugs, that all was all one. So just push it down there. Took off this little pipe here that goes from the intake into the cylinder head. All the fuel filter and expansion bottle, that's all taken off. A couple of other little bits just to take off now. Then we've got to release the DPF from the turbo. We've still got the drive shafts attached, so they'll have to come off. Had a bit of a break, bit of a lunch break, because I never take one of those. Nathan come up, He went to the chip shop, so. But that always makes me go slow after I've had a big lunch. And I'm already slow enough as it is. I'm not the fastest mechanic, I know that much. But I just take my time, do things properly, do things once. So yeah, and then we're pretty much ready to yank it out. We've got to take all the wiring off that engine. Right, this engine is ready to come out. We've got everything disconnected, so you've got the DPF disconnected, all the coolant hoses down there, all the wiring. I think I've got everything. Obviously you've got the drive shafts in there, dog bone mount underneath, so that is ready to lift out. However, I've now got to, I should have maybe done this first, or doesn't really matter, but I'm going to put a new timing belt on there. I've also got to figure out everything they've cut and take that off, and also obviously get this loom out. Just trying to see the things that they've cut and bodged. Gearbox has obviously got to come off. I'm going to take it all out as one. But yeah, just figuring out everything that's been chopped off. These are the ones that go off to the heater matrix. Yeah, so we're going to get on that now. Right, so I'm just going to start removing everything on here, and how much easier it is with it not in the car. Yeah, I mean, this belt, you just wouldn't leave this belt on, really. So we've got the timing pin in, just got to get that one in. Everything's lined up. Yeah. Right, so that's the new timing belt on. Everything's torqued up. You see the little pin is right in between the marks. We've just got to take the timing tools out. Try and stop the engine from moving about. It's actually, one, fairly easy with everything out the way, but also a little bit more difficult because the engine's all rocking about. But yeah, just going to spin it over now and put the tools back in, and then start building. Well, I can probably put this engine on the floor, get the other one out. At least that one's out of the way then. And then I'll call it a day. It's 5 o'clock now. I told you I'm slow. Right. See you in a bit. Right, I think I'm gonna call it a day now. Covers back on, that's all built up. I know that's good. Yeah, I've got an absolute splitting headache. I've had for a few hours now, so yeah, I'll tackle all this wiring loom tomorrow, so you can see it all goes up there and exactly how the old one is. And then there's a few pipes to replace that they've cut, so I'll have to take them off at the joints, which isn't too bad. Clutch and flywheel. Bring this plate back up, that's got damaged. Oh look, someone's been in here damaging that. That's not too great. I mean, it's fine, it's just a cover. It's not going anywhere. EGR cooler. I think is it an original or is it being replaced? Can't see any VW numbers on it because these are common to go, and people don't like doing them, but I quite enjoy them. Not too bad on the floor either. Turbo, no play in it. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Morning guys, welcome back. It's Thursday, I've got it right this time. And what a day. Look at it. Sun's just coming up. Oof. Right, let's get cracking. We'll get this engine loom stripped off. Chuck it in, get it started, get this car out. I need this finished today. Oh, there goes the phone. Right, all the wiring's taken off and all the cut bits. Oh, and that, I've got to do that one. That's all taken off that. Ready to come out. So there we go, she's out. Just got to separate the gearbox. Right, that's the engine and gearbox swapped over. Most of the pipes that were cut are replaced. There's still a few more to go on. But yeah, we're ready to stick it back in the hole now. Timing belt obviously done yesterday. Be good if we swung it round the right way. Right guys, I don't know if you can hear me because it's been raining so much. Let me see. I'll just step inside the van. It's been chucking it down all day and it's just so loud. So yeah, I've just cracked on with it. Engine's in, everything's wired up. Well, not everything, the front end's still off. I'll show you in a second. But yeah, everything that's needed to start it up, all the fuel lines. So a little bit worried because there was a fuel line that came from the engine, the new engine, and it was different to the old one. So I was a bit like, oh no, is there something different? So yeah, I'll show you now. The front end's off, so we can't run it for long. But yeah, everything is all plumbed back in. Still a few bits to go on. The DPF is still off, but she starts. So I've just got to put pretty much everything back together. What's happening, guys? It's Friday and the time is 4:30 and I've just got to the unit. I've pretty much just started for the day. Sadly had a funeral today, next door neighbour, so yeah, just getting up here now and I've got to get that finished because I've got work coming out my ears since coming back to work for New Year's Day. So there's not much to finish really here. Just got to get that front end on, a few bits underneath, get it bled up with the coolant system, and should pretty much be it. There is actually, I nicked the clips off of this slave cylinder for another job. Oh, that Audi S3 I had the clutch in for. Okay, I might have to try something there. We'll see, but we're going to get most of it done now anyway. Won't film too much of it because like I said, it's late. Just want to crack on, but I'll show you once it's all finished. And here we go, guys. This is it. Up and running. Just waiting for it to run up to temperature. Yeah, so wasn't too bad. Still a couple of clips to put back, but other than that, I did have a bit of a scare because when I started up, it was misfiring. It was all lumpy. But I checked all the injector values and things like that, and they were all spot on. So I just had to relearn parts of the fuel system, like the fuel pressure regulators. So yeah, the alternator, that was also different. So this is from the exchange engine. Another thing that was slightly different, so the plugs just wouldn't go on, but it took 2 minutes because the front end was off. So yeah, just letting that run up to temperature like I say, and I will test drive it hopefully over the weekend. I'm actually working Saturday, so this isn't the last day of Kerbside Weekly. So yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. How's it going, everyone? It's Saturday, but it's a very slow start to the day. I've ordered parts for today, and my supplier, they didn't get an overnight delivery because of a fire alarm. I've tried 2 other places for this alternator pulley that might not even be the fault that I'm going to see, but I need it there just in case it is, because the guy's taking a day off work to get this job done, so I'm going there with parts and then testing it. But yeah, so that's delayed me. It's now 10:30. Really wanted to get this job started by like 9 o'clock really. So so what I've got on is rear pads and discs on a Transit Connect, and also he's got a noise coming from the engine, which when I was there last time I said, oh, it might be one of the pulleys, either the tensioner or even the alternator pulley, because what I've since found out, if you watch some of my videos, is the alternator pulleys fail and can cause noisy, or it seems like it's noisy tensioners. So yeah, and then he's got a bit of an oil leak there as well, which I've got to clean up. And then I've got a full service for another one of my customers. Yeah, and I didn't really want to be working out all day today, so yeah, but all fun and games. We'll be there in a minute. See you there. Right, we're here now. And it actually sounds like normal. So I came to this van probably 2 months ago, actually probably longer than that, for front brakes, and the noise was there. I said, yeah, we'll have to book that in. But yeah, and then I came back for a service, and the noise was there, and he sent me a video yesterday. And yeah, it's like really loud. I thought, oh, it's got to be one of them pulleys surely, but sounds quiet to me now. And you can only fix a problem if it's there. No point just throwing parts at it, you know. So luckily we were doing just rear pads and, well, we was going to do disc, but the disc's actually alright on this. So just going to clean up the brakes and put some new pads in. Nothing too interesting. Just clean it up with a little file. make sure all the pads can move freely. Right, I'm all done with that connect. I only ended up doing the rear brakes. Well, I went to do the filter as well, but second time round, that's also wrong. So I got to go back another day for that. Like the noise didn't come back. You know, timing belt was due, so I said to him maybe we'll have a look once we do the timing belt. But now, just off to do a full service for another customer, the one with the BMW with the exhaust from a couple of weeks ago, which I'm sure if you've subscribed you'll know the one I'm talking about, but he's got a 1 Series, so I'm just going to go do that, just a full service, spark plugs, air, pollen obviously, and all that. Nothing too interesting. I probably won't even bother filming it, maybe put on a time lapse, but yeah. We might have a clutch on tomorrow, a Sunday. Can you believe it? A Sunday? For that TT I went out to early in the week. So drove it around plenty and it was all fine, but then it started losing pressure again. So yeah, slave cylinder I think is the fault on that, like the S3. So we're gonna put him a new clutch and flywheel in at the same time. Might put a master in just to cover all bases, but we're waiting on this delivery that didn't get delivered this morning, so I'm going to need to ring them now actually and see where it is, and see if they'll deliver, because I don't think I'll get round there before I finish the day. But yeah, see you in a bit. Morning everyone. Sunday, and I'm working. No rest for the wicked, as they say. I'm just on my way to this TT just to bleed it up. He's going to follow me to my unit where I'm going to do the clutch. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it, but part supplier didn't get an overnight delivery, so I'm going to just take the gearbox out, take the master cylinder out, wait till tomorrow, go do some jobs, go back to the unit and finish that job off. And hopefully by then as well I can finish off the Mark 6 Golf. Like I said, there's only a couple of little pieces left to do on that, so that'll be done. It'll be good to get some jobs cleared out of the way. Got a nice busy week, and the phone calls haven't even started this week or next week's, so I'm sure we'll have a flat out week. I've got to go pick my dad up because he gets back from holiday on the Saturday, so can't be taking any jobs into the Saturday this time. But yeah, we'll see you at the first one. I probably won't film it. I'm sure he'll be there and it'll only take 2 minutes. So next time you see me, I'll probably be up the unit getting that clutch out. Right guys, TT is on a ramp, Golf is there, and I'm just going to try and smash out getting this box out. When I used to work for Volkswagen, I could get these in and out in no time. So not much to take off at the top. It's pretty much the same as the Golf, removing that. Same as the S3 I done. I might just stick this on a time lapse and see. I'll put a little timer on. Right, let's start the timer. Let's go. Right, that's one last bolt that was on the under tray, went up to there. The head was all just rounded off, so I had to cut a slit in it. And then just get a chisel and whack it round. So that can slow you down, but we've got that out. Right, let's move on. Lower arms off. I forgot. I forgot, because this is a cabriolet, it's got this extra support brace along there, and I know it comes off there, one up the top there, looks like there's some bolts there, but that looks like an ag. Right guys, I just thought I'd show you, see if we can get some decent light on there, but you can see all around, this is between the engine and the gearbox, so that's quite obviously been leaking for some time. That's all clutch fluid, by the way, so my suspicion's right, that the slave cylinder is leaking internally. So yeah, we've got that cross brace off. There was just a few 13 mils, where did it go? I think into the chassis here, up there. So yeah, that's all done. So all we got to do is remove the drive shafts, like I said, like normal. Starter motor, bolts under here, bolt there, and we are ready to come out, pretty much. Right, we are ready. Engine bar is on, bolts are out. Just got to raise it up and drop it out. Right, I thought I had me taking the gearbox out on a time lapse, but I didn't. I pressed the button and it had swapped over to a photo, so I've got a photo of me just about to start a gearbox removal. But it's out. You can see all the wetness in there. So that's been leaking. You can just, well, you probably won't catch it on camera, but you can see in between there it's all leaking. There we go, that's the original clutch, I'd say. And this is the timer, 1:27. Hour and 27, that's not bad. So if I add on a little bit extra for removing the clutch and flywheel, cleaning up the gearbox, so that brings it to say 1 hour 45. If you double that, it's 3.5 hours. That's if I get it back in that quickly. And I've still got to do the master. I might not do the master cylinder now. I might take. I might not do that. I don't know. I'll see what he wants to do. Like we said, we were just gonna cover all bases and get that master done. But if that's good, I might just save him a few pennies and. Yeah. Alright guys, that's me done for the week. Yeah, 7 days and then straight into tomorrow. Got a busy day tomorrow. Finish off that clutch, hopefully if the parts are there. Yeah, been a good week, good first week back into it. If you're new to the channel, go back, watch a couple of episodes. I also do a odd project here and there. I've got a Mark II Golf and a Mark V Golf GTI going on at the minute. Also do a bit of car sales. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, put the notifications on, and yeah, let me know what you think of this video. Give it a thumbs up and cheers. See you next week.